G'day, Ben from Melbourne here, and this is part 2 of vinyl pickups for June, July, and half of August. Last one we had a little preamble about upcoming reissues and new releases. So let's just get straight into the pickups. It's all Australian, of course, because that's what we're all about here on this channel. So first up we have legendary Australian band The Church's debut of Skins and Hearts has been reissued, along with a lot of their other pre-Starfish albums, which is like the probably most famous one, but really good to have this stuff out here because they have a very rich catalogue. So back cover there, the inner, cool band shot, some wordage, another band shot, and this one's on white vinyl, and there's the inverse label there on the black. Next up, this one's a comp put together by the great Mikey Young, he of Eddie Current, Suppression, Ring, Total Control, a bazillion other bands. I don't think these are Australian bands, but it's kind of follows on with his other two compilations of just weird stuff which never really made it, but yeah, just really interesting stuff. I think because of this, it says on the blurb that some of these songs are like confessional, loner folk, spirituality, and then when it says civil rights, I'm guessing there's like that's pertains to America, of course. But Mikey Young's Australian, so this is going to feature on this for me. So yeah, previously unconnected threads of love and loss, this humanity-reminding set stretches across continents and lifetimes, from emotionally annihilating to awe-inspiring, featuring unreleased archives, tax scam records, Seventh-day Adventist hymns, and other curiosities. And if that sounds like your bag, get on board. Great cover. So yeah, this is released by Efficient Space. If any of those people you know way more obscure shit than me. It's a double album. Very cool artwork there. Bit of information. I think it's just on black vinyl. Yep. The other one, a bit more info on the artists. Right, next, picked up a copy of the Lime Spiders' Beethoven's Fist, which is, I think, their second to last album. I love the Lime Spiders. Some say they were getting a bit slicker by this point, but you cannot make Mick Blood's voice slick by any means. It's still very much, 1 foot in the garage, even though it maybe has a bit more production going on. So this is on Virgin Records and just on black vinyl. There's the label. Looks the same the other side, so you don't really need to see that. Next is a 12-inch of the Mighty Johnnies, which is Spencer P. Jones' band in the 80s. Here's a 12-inch which features My Buzzsaw Baby, Really Cut Me Up, Prayer to John Wayne, Injun Joe, and Move It. Just killer cowpunk stuff. This one is on Green Records. So this is the early one. I think that the first B Suburban album, Axeman's Jazz, was on Green Records. Now, the Mighty Hard-Ons with Hot for Your Love Baby. Not sure you could have a cover like that these days without someone having a whinge about it. We love the Hard-Ons. Very early photos of them here, which I love. It's on Waterfront Records. If you don't know the Hard-Ons, they're like punk legends in Australia. They equally do like catchy, melodic buzzcock style punk through to just hardcore rip your face off shit. And there's the fantastic Waterfront label. Next up, a 12-inch of the Cavestar with Deanna. Happy to have this one. Back with Girl at the Bottom of My Glass. Another great track. So this is just black vinyl, obviously, on Mute Records. Happy to get that. Trying to collect a few Cavestar 12 inches and 7 inches because I always have killer B-sides. Next up, a compilation, Lethal Weapons on Suicide Records. So the main attraction to this is The Boys Next Door, speaking of the Cavestar. So this has got a couple of tracks on here, which... Did I show you the back? There's the back. So you've got The Boys Next Door. This is even before Roland, so it's just Tracy Pugh, Phil Calvert, Mick Harvey, and Nick Cave. And the tracks they do, what does it say? Tracks 9, 10, 11. So that would be, they do a cover of These Boots Are Made for Walking, the Nancy Sinatra, Lee Hazelwood song, killer version. Masturbation Generation, yes, it was 1979, 78, so everyone's trying to be punk and controversial, but it's actually really good. And Boy Hero. So yeah, they're definitely the standouts for me on this, but yeah, there's X-Rays, Jab, Teenage Radio Stars, Survivors, Negatives, and Wasted Days. Like, it's a pretty good listen. Kind of its time, but it's just, you know, if you love that era of Australian punk, Lethal Weapons is a good comp to have. Next up, some reissues of the Triffids. Amazing record. Kalencha. There's the link to, I guess, Nick Cave, because Martin P. Casey would end up playing bass in the Bad Seeds. Amazing album. The probably best known song is Bury Me Deep in Love off this one. This is a reissue on Bloodlines Records, which I think they did the Roland S. Howard reissues a few years back of Teenage Snuff Film. Cool inner there with a bit of info. Some wordage and on beautiful blue vinyl. Love that label with the tree. I'll show you properly on this one. And then In the Pines, which is the Triffids present a woolshed recording. They literally did record this in a woolshed. Fantastic record, this. This is a double, again, on Bloodlines. Another great gatefold. Here's your inner there. So, and this one's on red, so see like the groovy tree. I love that on there. And that's the inner of the other one. Again, red vinylage. Fantastic band, the Triffids. If you want to start with the Triffids, probably I would go for Born Sandy Devotional. Just a classic Australian record. Next up, great to see this one reissued. X, yes, the Australian X, with their awesome album X Aspirations. I love the cover that they've done for this too. Who has actually released this? This has got, you know, this one that's got Police, Good on You Baby, and Suck Suck. Just such an amazing debut album. Dirt Cult Records, this one is. So it's just, I think it's just on black. Yeah, with the big X. I love both X's. American X has probably got more of a rockabilly feel to it. A little poster in there. And Australian X is just flat out scuzzy, bare bones punk rock with really strong bass. I showed these, I think, in that summer tag. Bored Feed the Dog. So happy to get original of this. I got the reissue from a few years back. Back cover there. Cool stuff. This is on Survival Records. Bit of wordage. Cool photos. And there's the label for all you label lovers. And this one, again, showed this as well. Lime Spiders mini album, which was their debut, Slave Girl. Fantastic stuff. This is the one like where people, you know, lose their minds when they later on had a bit more of a slick sound, and they always refer back to this being the best shit ever. And it is amazing. This is on Hybrid Records. Like, yeah, this is by far their best, but you know, when you're a fan, you love all their stuff. And those records that came after are great. And one picked up very recently, which is the full radio Birdman live at Paddington Town Hall gig, 12th of December 1977. I got a Radio Man box set from the 80s, which has got like an EP length version of this, and just as you can imagine, a hell of a show. This is a double album version, and you know, it's got everything you'd want. New Race, Murder City Nights, Smith and Wesson Blues, Crying Sun, Non-Stop Girls Do the Pop, Burn My Eye, and a great cover of Ramblin' Rose. Cool picture on the back there. This is the show, I think, that they did with the Saints, where Chris Bailey gave them shit because of the Birdman logo. Kind of equated that with the Nazis, which probably not super PC, but anyway, that was Mr. Bailey for you. Cool labels. I think the other one's the same, so I don't have to get that out. It's being a bastard to get out anyway. Yeah, there you go. Same shit. Right, so that's the reissues and second-hand records that I picked up. Now for some new shit. All right, it's been a little while, been a minute or two. Super X, great punk rock band. New release, Paradise, killer record on Cactus label there. If you love like three-piece punk with a heap of energy, it's kind of almost like I would compare them more to like a band like Wire, English band, where it's like got that angular sound. Did I show you the back? Anyway, there's the back. And this is on black vinyl. All right. Next, the Satanic Togas on Goodbye Boozy Records. If you want to know what's going on in Australia with young punk bands, check out Goodbye Boozy and Legless Records. There's some insane shit going on, and it's all good. There's the back cover there. It's one of these jobs, so not a lot of money spent on this together. Oh, look at that. 300 press. Might be worth something one day if anyone ever knows about this band. Bit of innerage. Don't know if that's upside down or not. A lot of information. And then the label itself, they've gone all out with this. And speaking of bands which haven't done anything for a while, is the mighty Orb. Yes, Zach got sidetracked there for a few years with solo projects and Frowning Clouds reforming, but they're back and they've added a second guitarist, and like still got the Sabbath worship, but also there's a bit of, you know, early King Crimson space rock feel. It's almost like Mike Carlson said, the rhythm section's almost funky, but it's got the big riffs over top. Like, it is fantastic. This is on Flightless, like all their other records are, and on a lovely, I don't know, is that called Splatter? Let's call it Splatter vinyl. Yeah, check it out if you love your riffs. That's the band. And this one is it's new because it's put two EPs together of the Drunk Mums. It's called Denim and Leather Together Forever. So they had two different EPs, one called Leather and one called Denim. And they've been issued together. If you love garage rock with a punk edge, you will love the Drunk Mums. They've actually released a new record this year as well. So here's the vinylage. Actually, that's probably the colour that Jake Alien Nosejob should go for with his turns to the colour of bad shit. Upcoming album. Sorry to put that visual in your melon. And of course, long time between drinks. Mighty Dirty Three, Mick Turner, Jim White, and Warren Ellis finally reconvened to make this masterpiece. I'm going to call it a masterpiece of Love Changes Everything. Beautiful record. Goddamn missed the shows because I was in Canada. But I won't hold that against Canada because it was a lovely place. Anyway, here's the inner cool picture of the boys there. Nice red translucent coloured vinyl. Bit of posterage. Whoa, looks like it's going to be big. Oh no, not too bad. Of course, all the artwork's done by Mick Turner in the middle there. Is quite comical actually. Their head stuck there. Just bear with me a moment. Just need a quick drink break. Thank you. Right, Program. It's a Sign. Been a couple of years since they've released one on the great Anti-Fade label. Wiry punk rock with a foot in the new wave. Nice white vinylage there. We're going to have to get cracking because we're nearly at 20 minutes. Wordage, band photos, all the shit you could ever need. This pile's getting big, so it might just go and fall off the table in a minute. Next, we got the collaboration between Gum. I think he's a dude who is in or was in Tame Impala. And of course, Ambrose Kenny Smith from King Giz and the Lizard Wizard. Interesting stuff. Cool dudes to get together. This is a really good record. I'm liking this. I'm liking it a lot more than the Murlocs, to be honest. I think the Gum influence gives it a bit more of a psychedelic feel. And this is on wild looking vinyl as well. So this is just through the label that's been releasing all of the Giz stuff lately, which I think is their own label called P Doom. That's it in the corner there. They've parted ways with Flightless. And speaking of the Giz, of course they've got a new record out. Flight B741. It's got this awesome textured cover, which is a gatefold. There's the boys on the back. Cool looking dog. It's the inside. And for what I think is the first time ever for a first press, it's just on black vinyl. Wordage. Haven't had a chance to have a good listen to this, but from what reports I've heard, it's a jam record. And that can't be bad because they're good at jamming. And there's a poster in here, which I'm going to attempt. It's actually a double-sided poster. Oh, shit. There we go. And just wrapping things up with two new ones. This Legless label just continues to put out awesome shit. They're the one which put out Split System, which is like, just both their records are shed burners. This is Billiam with their album Animation Cell. It's like flat out punk, part of the new Melbourne punk scene that's going on. Just so many good bands, and everyone's in everyone else's band. Here's the inner. Not sure what autism core means. I know what core means in autism, but not together. And it was just, black vinyl. And then last one, another part of the Legless family is Autobahns. Is obviously their first LP, which is farting out of the arse of whatever that creature is. Back cover there. Some inner promo for the great Legless label. Pretty much anything on that label is freaking awesome. And it is on this lovely purple coloured vinyl. And that's it for the Australian releases. And there was just one I wanted to show, which is not Australian, which I forgot to show in my what I picked up overseas video. And this was from Japan, and it was Steve Carlson. Got me onto this band, but he featured like an album which was two of their EPs put together, and this I saw, and it's come out this year, and this is like super shoegaze stuff by this band called Blushing, and their new record called Sugarcoat. This is really awesome shit. If you love your shoegaze, you're gonna love this record. I do want to pick up that EP comp that Mike Carlson showed, but yeah, this is fantastic. I love that what they're calling the new gaze era of all these young bands being influenced by the old shoegaze. Anyway, I'm gonna fuck up because it's 22 minutes and 42 seconds, and that's a long video, and there's been 2 parts. See you in the next one.